Everything's plugged in.
Everything's plugged in this time. I didn't forget.
Good.
I didn't forget. What's going on, everybody? All right, so we've got a few topics that we're going to talk about, but it's going to be broken over a few different episodes. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about this one. So we get asked this all the time. Yeah. What should you be stacking in 2025? That's what we're going to talk about. Yep. All right, so you get this question a lot. I know I get this question a lot. People always asking us on social media, you know, what should I be buying? Should I buy this? Should I buy silver? Should I buy gold? So usually right around the new year, a lot of social media people will say, like, this is what you should stack in 2025. And so I just wanted to start with this. Like, is there anything in particular that you think that somebody should be focused on?
It's a good time. So right now we're ending 2024.
Yeah.
And like you said, it depends on the market and the conditions right now. Premiums are low on everything. It depends on, so the conditions now, right? The premiums are low. I see 100-ounce bars. And I always push the 100-ounce bars because it's usually the cheapest way to get in. Kilos are the same. Man, I think I see some places online selling them for spot plus 50 cents. You know, it's
nothing's really moving.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I mean, that's a way to get the metal. At that price, you're just exchanging your money for metal.
It's a very good opportunity for buyers, absolutely. Especially, you know, you see that gold was at all-time highs, and now that just started to drop. Now it's starting to level out. Like at the time of the recording of this video, we're looking at around $2,630 for gold. Silver's at $2,950.
And volatile.
Yeah, and silver's been, I mean, it's hard for a lot of people to kind of get excited over silver because we saw it go to 34 and now it's down.
You know what? The silver buyers are weird, man. It went up. They had such high hopes when it was 33, 34.
They were thinking it's going to
comes crashing down, and now they come in and say, "Man, it's such a buying opportunity."
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. The silver bugs too. Like they just love it.
Yeah, gold just had an outstanding year. And
yeah.
Silver just like, I don't know.
A lagger.
It had some moments, but just really just didn't hit anything like gold did.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think if anything, like you said, like it's good opportunity for people to buy. I think that, you know, who knows in terms of 2025 what it will bring. It's hard to kind of tell everybody you should stack silver or you should have this much silver or you should stack gold because, right, everybody's situation is different. Their budgets are different. But just looking at premiums, like you said, it's almost just like you're exchanging your money. Really, I mean, really, in the past, it used to be there were much higher premiums. Right. But now it really is
a couple of dollars over spot on silver,
right?
You know, and like now it's cheap, man.
And what do you think?
And I hope it doesn't. It might be cheaper in 2025. If it gets cheaper than 50 cents an ounce, buy it. You know,
cheaper than 50 cents an ounce.
Yeah,
what do you mean 50 cents an ounce?
Premium on 100-ounce bars.
The premiums.
And, you know, over spot. The premium over spot.
Right.
You know?
And the other thing too, right? It could be an opportunity for a lot of people. Let's say there were people who just started getting into stacking. Like we've seen this before, where people hear about precious metals when gold was on the rise. People are like, oh, maybe I should get into gold. Oh, it's too expensive, but I should get into some silver. So now they're buying it above $34, and now here it's dropped quite a bit.
This could be
scared off some of the yeah. And it could be a good opportunity for them to buy lower, dollar cost average down.
Yeah, sure.
Now, whether people should buy silver or gold, I mean, I know those of you watching, you're going to want a concrete answer. So I'll just say what I think you should do, and then you chime in. But I think, if anything, if you guys watched enough of these episodes, Andrew and I both are very bullish on gold, always have been. I think that, you know, from my experience, gold just seems to perform better. There's more demand for it in terms of like stackers. I think that you should have both, though, but I still believe that people should be stacking the majority of their money in gold. I think, and at the end of the day, you know, you just ask anybody, do you want to, you know, 80 ounces, whatever the gold-silver ratio is, 80 ounces of silver or 1 ounce of gold? Like a lot of people just say, it could be the gold. Right. So I think you should have a little bit of silver, but if you haven't really been stacking gold right now, the fact that the premiums have come down now is like a good time to buy. Silver, I'm just like,
Yeah, also, you know, I think it just depends on your budget. You know, if you're
Yeah.
spending less than a couple $1,000s, like I wouldn't recommend buying gold.
That's
know.
well, that's the other thing too. It's like if you only have a couple $1,000, like
Yeah, you know, you definitely get. You know, you want more ounces. You definitely silver is the better buy. But you know, if you're someone that, it depends on your investment level. You know, some people buy hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some people want to spend 10 grand. You know, it depends. Once I start getting over that, I don't know, $10,000, $8,000 mark, maybe I would probably, maybe even 5,000.
Right.
I'd start buying gold.
Right.
You know, it's only 2 ounces.
right,
You know.
right.
So even if it does go up $100, $200, you know, it's a couple $100
It's
bucks.
not much.
You know.
It's not the end of the
Or
world.
if you had a
and
couple thousand ounces or a couple 100 ounces of silver.
Yeah.
You know.
I think again, the people that have bought in above 34, $35 or whatever, now is a good chance for you to dollar cost average down. Like Andrew said, like for gold, you should just, you know, look at your budget, see what you can afford. In terms of the types of gold or silver, I mean, I'm not a fan of constitutional silver and junk silver. I know it's like a cheaper way to stack it. I know you like the big bars. You're saying how it's only 50 cents over spot, you know, for, what is it, an ounce if you buy 100-ounce bars.
Yeah.
The nice thing for some people that are stacking constitutional silver, again, it's fractional, and they always say like, oh, for SHTF or whatever, it's a good thing. But, you know, 2025, I think just kind of like wait and see what your budget is. And again, pay attention to the premiums. Because that's, to me, an
Which are
indicator.
low going into 2025.
Yeah.
We'll see if they go.
Yeah.
You know, how they move.
And I would also say I would be a little bit cautious with buying the collectible stuff now. Like I would be. Like if somebody's looking at buying the collectible stuff and saying like, oh, one day it's going to be worth triple. Like I don't believe that for a lot of the products, and I sell a lot of these products, and it's just for fun and just for collecting and everything, but it's never been a strategy of mine to buy that stuff and hold it and hope that 10 years from now it goes up. I just buy it and sell it.
It's funny, and I thought about you when this guy told me this. I was talking to somebody I know that's an online retailer, and I said, hey, because everybody's been telling me sales have been slow, not a lot of stuff's moving, so I said, hey, is generic bullion moving right now? What's selling? And he's like, believe it or not, collectibles.
Really?
You know, and I was like, oh, man.
Different.
Me and him always battle it out whether or not to buy collectibles. And, you know, he told me, he said, you know what? They're actually selling more than anything right now.
It depends. It depends also on the platform. And, you know, I've seen a shift in people's buying patterns and behaviors, especially with the prices going up.
That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, too, like I've seen a lot of platforms, like people selling online and everything, they'll do like games of chance and things like that, where that's like how they move some of their product, right? Like if they can't sell the thing outright or make a profit on it, then they'll sell like 10 spots, you know, $20, $30 a spot, like almost like a raffle thing just to move it. But I would say, you know, for those types of things, it's like any collectible, there has to be a market for it, know what you're buying. And a lot of times those products, like you're better off selling them during the hype, not sitting and waiting, because over a period of time too, people lose interest or they forget about a series, and it's.
We'll see about the flowing hair.
Yeah, we'll see
that
about
went
that.
For big
one.
money, man.
That
I couldn't believe.
440K, crazy. Well,
what was
I
the
mean,
deal with that specific one anyway?
it was number
the
one.
first one? Oh,
it was the first one. So that was
Wow.
That was 440 grand for an ounce of gold. Imagine having that kind of money to just be like,
It's beautiful.
yeah, let me just buy this. Why not? It's the first one ever.
Yeah, I wonder what that guy's gonna do with it. I wonder who bought it. Was it a company or you don't know?
No idea. But
Interesting.
so guys, it's kind of like a wait and see. I mean, that's like the best we could kind of give you here. It's not go
Just
buy
buy
silver
generic
bag.
bullion.
Just buy generic bullion. Buy the stuff that's, I guess, cheaper. And you know, if you are buying collectibles, just make sure that you're knowing what you're getting into and what your strategy is.
Too much of it.
Don't buy too much of it, because you don't want to get stuck holding the bag. Guys, check out his website.
Yep. BayshoreBullionExchange.com.
EmpirePreciousMetals.com is my website, and you can check me out on Wednesdays on YouTube, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you guys next weekend.
Have a good weekend, guys.